Hey folks, just want to cut in here at the beginning of the podcast. The games that we talk about in this episode, I've just finished editing it, and a lot of the stuff we talk about here, in fact, all of the stuff we talk about here has actually been released as of right now in June 2021. These are games that we were looking forward to when we recorded this episode, which we, believe it or not, we recorded this episode at the very end of March 2021. That's actually when we started doing episodes of the podcast, and we've been doing them for quite a few months now. So some of the stuff is a little bit dated. This one here is one of those episodes, but I think the discussion is still really cool, and I still wanted to release this episode, so we'll clarify it up front. A lot of the stuff here is around games that we were excited for, but have now subsequently come out, but obviously we won't talk about that in the rest of the episode. I'm sure you'll still get a laugh out of it, so enjoy.
We're gonna need a bigger boat. Oh, George, that's actually Jaws. I worked at Blockbuster for over 5 years, kid. Let's do it.
Acting exercises. This is an acting exercise.
Unique New York. Unique high energy. Smile. Ha! Twitch! I'm coming for you! E. George is live, mother. Ah! That's how I get amped.
Yeah,
I just start screaming. Ah!
Hello and welcome back to TCS, our weekly gaming, PlayStation and everything else podcast by the Platinum Trophy. I am one of your hosts, Josh.
And I'm E. George,
And
the other host.
we got the other host here as well. He's here too.
Host 2. I am
Wow.
number 2.
What a shock. This is episode 4?
4.
Yeah, we're on episode 4. This is cool. This is good. We're getting
We
better at
haven't quit
podcasting. We're still learning how podcasting works, but I feel like we're getting pretty good at it now. How are you, dude? How are you doing? How are you feeling about becoming a podcaster?
Terrible.
Yeah.
Actually, you know, podcasting is exciting to me because I'm a loquacious bloke myself. I actually like talking. So, you know, for a lot of the instances where we're just bumming around on Zoom or WhatsApp,
Yeah.
I feel like most of it could, like the conversation. Sometimes we have conversations about YouTubing and streaming on Twitch that could be podcasts themselves. But instead,
I think a lot of our conversations would get us both cancelled, though.
Well, we could censor out the terrible things you say. I don't say them. Plausible deniability, folks. That's how you save your ass.
Smart.
Right
He's a smart guy. This guy knows a thing or two about business. I would, if any of you aspiring businessmen are out there,
You
listen
know.
to this guy.
It's Tuesday. That's why they call it business time.
That's right. It's business time on Tuesday nights. This business. So, if you're watching our video feeds, you may have noticed I got a new prop for the background, just to liven up the podcast studio here.
Clever girl.
What do you think? Do you reckon it helps? I feel like this adds a lot to the podcast.
No, you're just gonna get in trouble with people that don't believe in dinosaurs. They're just gonna ban you.
Oh no, we may have inadvertently just like halved our audience. We've divided our audience all of a sudden.
Yeah. Hardcore Christian faith-based groups are gonna come out and tell you that fossils were planted there to test you.
I'm gonna keep it this episode. Episode 4 is the because this episode's got nothing to do with dinosaurs, so we're gonna leave that there just in the background, just to throw people a little bit.
Sony.
They're a dinosaur.
I like Sony.
I don't know what's been happening to you this week. What happened this weekend? Did you get up to much?
No, nothing big happened. So we're selling our house.
Oh,
And we're selling one of our houses.
Yeah.
And because I do the Twitch stuff and we have what seems to be 1 million dogs, we have to get the house ready to sell. And I was like, what am I supposed to do? I'm supposed to stream to maybe 10 people today.
yeah.
And
Which is important. It's very important.
Kate was like, look, I'll go to the old house. I'll do some painting, do some stuff.
So
you just make sure you take the dogs out, walk the dogs, feed them, make sure they don't kill anybody. So my weekend was very stay-at-home dog dad. I didn't really do anything too well. Also, I got like bizarrely cold in this area. Like It's like a weird cold weekend. So you couldn't even get around and prance in your favorite jorts.
But it's summer for you guys. It's not winter. It's coming into summer for you guys, not winter.
Yeah. Yeah, it's supposed to be warm. It was hot today.
Okay.
It was hot today.
So,
Yeah, but over the weekend, it was chilly. When I used to work at Blockbuster, I had long hair. And I routinely would be putting away DVDs.
oh.
And kids would be like, "Excuse me, ma'am, do you have copies of Bug's Life?" And I'd be like, "Hey."
And then you turn around like this.
We don't. They're all rented out, baby. All rented out. They'd be like, "Oh, sorry, sir."
For those of you not watching, George has long hair.
It's very long.
He's also got a beard. So
The beard is not as long. Yeah, I trim the beard. I don't trim the hair though. You got to keep the beard trim.
Yeah, I go through phases. It depends on how much self-loathing I have.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Well,
the easiest way to let people know that you're very depressed is to get disheveled. Then you don't have to have the conversation. Just let the beard grow out, and they're like, he's going through some stuff.
People assume when I make a video and I've got a lot of facial hair, and I come on and I'm just like, "Hey guys, what's happening? Don't forget to subscribe. Patreon." And then they know at that point. They're just like, "Oh yeah,
he's going through it. I'm worried about this guy."
I'm still
if you shave your beard, they're
still not going to watch this video though. I'll dislike it though. I think I'll dislike this one. I don't think I'm going to like it.
Joke's on them. That's engagement, baby.
That's it. So
got him.
My weekend was also pretty uneventful. We're doing a little bit of cleaning at home, tidying out some old cupboards. We got some cupboards downstairs, some cupboards upstairs. We decided that I don't want to have all the things in my house anymore. I want to reduce the quantity of things in my house. Those of you might not be aware, but I used to be a big boy. I used to be a thick boy. And I lost a lot of weight over the last, 3 or 4 years, maybe. And
with the glow up.
The glow, exactly. I got older, though. But I lost a lot of weight. I went from an XL or a double XL down to a medium. And I kept a lot of my old clothes. So we went back and just got rid of a bunch of stuff, threw a bunch of stuff out. Got rid of a lot of that. When just old things. You just accumulate stuff in your house. Well, you guys have just moved, so it might be a little bit different. But you have cupboards and you just find stuff, and you're like, what is this?
Yeah. Especially when when you have old furniture parts from when you were assembling furniture, and it's like, did I really need 6 Allen wrenches?
Yeah. The IKEA box, right? Do you have one of those? Like a box just full of old IKEA bits and pieces?
The sauce drawer. Does anyone have sauce packets in one drawer? Just infinite sauce packets?
Yes, I have that. Yeah. Like wasabis and ketchups.
What if I need 800 small ketchups?
It's a curse. We had the same thing with chopsticks, actually. With just so many chopsticks.
Well, my thing with chopsticks is that when I was living alone, I would eat enough. I am still a big boy. I would eat enough sushi for a family of 6, and I would order it out, and they would put 12 sets of chopsticks in there. And I'd be like, look, that's not this many people eating. This is just one man. So then I would use one set and then just have 11 sets just sitting there. I'm like, well, I've just destroyed a forest here. I can't even, I can't throw these out,
So it's I have the same with the chopsticks, man. It's the same thing with the PS3. So I have a lot of PS3 stuff. With everything happening at the moment, but the PS3 is not shutting down anymore because Sony backpedaled on it. But I have 8 or 9 PlayStation 3 consoles from when I used to boost. And I was like, what am I going to, what do you do with all these? I've got so many PS3 games that are still sealed, but they're not worth anything now. So I'm not really sure what to do with them. So I've kind of put them into boxes and put them under the bed for now, but I don't really know what to do with it all.
Maybe there's some type of art piece that you can do as a background to your videos. Maybe stack them like a house of cards.
Or I could burn them or something, maybe bury them.
Or, I don't know, mail them out to people. I don't know. Don't mail PS3s.
I don't know. Does anyone know what you do with PS3 games or consoles? Are they sought after? Should I sell them or should I just leave them under the bed?
No, they're only sought after when people think the store might close.
That's the thing. I might have missed my window. Maybe if I'd sold them before that, they might have been worth a lot more, right? So that was pretty much my weekend. And the other thing, so I think I've been telling you about it, how I want to enter this triathlon towards the end of the year. So there's a triathlon coming up in November, which I wanted to do. Triathlon, for those who aren't aware, is a bike, a run, and a swim. It's the 3. There's one up in Noosa, which is in Queensland in Australia. For those who aren't aware, it's quite a famous beach town, and they do the Noosa Try every year. I believe it's like the 1st of November. I think it's day after Halloween, and I was very keen to enter that. The entries went up, and I tried to enter, and unfortunately, 5 minutes after entries went up, they had sold out of tickets, and
Wink!
I could not enter.
Got him!
So I've been training for a triathlon for about 4 months now.
Can't you just do one though? Does it have to be in a race? Can't you just?
I mean, I could still. I'm gonna look for another one to do now because I could. This is the one I wanted to do. It was on the beach. It's nice. I don't know. It was. I was so excited for it, and I was kind of gutted that they sold out of tickets so soon. 10,000 tickets they apparently sold.
The swimming part was going to be in open water.
Open water, yeah.
You're dead. In Australia?
In Australia, I know. I know.
No way. No.
We have
You're not allowed out there.
snakes that swim as well here.
Snakes swim, yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of them.
They
in the
just
water.
do this. It's swimming.
Yeah, they swim on land and in the sea.
Yeah, they're always swimming. Then you got those dangerous rays and jellyfish that can kill you somehow. What's up with that?
I don't. Well, stingrays are not really that. There's only one.
There's only one person.
There's only one stingray incident that's really happened here ever. And then
just some of the most important Australian person ever.
Arguably the most famous Australian person.
This is the most famous one.
It's really
absolutely.
It's very sad. I know.
Like, if you told people he was the president of Australia for 30 years, most Americans would believe.
They would have believed us.
Yeah.
I've seen Collision Course. I know.
It's a great movie.
Such a weird film.
What event for you is tough in the triathlon? The swim?
Honestly, it's actually the cycling.
The bike?
It's the bike, which is weird. Traditionally I'm a runner. I've run marathons, and I'm a pretty competent swimmer as well because I actually lost my weight from swimming. That was how I did it. I swam.
Oh.
So I had a surgery a number of years back
to get gills.
To get gills, which no, it was a bad one that corrected something that was wrong. And it left me like I couldn't do anything. I couldn't walk. I had to learn how to walk again from it. And as a result of that, I started swimming because it's low impact. And I used that as my training. And that was kind of what I went through as a process to lose weight. And it was really good for actually burning calories and things. So I got quite competent at it before I could start running again. And then I started getting into running again, and obviously gym and everything like that. But yeah, the cycling is probably the thing I do the least of. And I think it's just because there's so much required. And it just gets boring, I find. Whereas, like,
it's
running...
It's distance, too.
It's long distance, right? Mm-hmm. Because running, you're never running for 40 kilometers. I mean, unless you're doing an actual marathon.
Right.
So, like, during a traditional running session, 10 to 15 Ks max during a training session. So an hour and a half, if that. And when you're cycling, you're having to cycle these huge distances. You're cycling for hours. And it's just like, it's just, I don't know. It's just a bore for me.
Yeah. I feel that.
So I'm
not a cardio freak myself. I'm more of a power lifter, but
shoulders.
My wife was thinking about doing a try, but she was a swimmer in college. So she was like, I'm ready for the swim.
Yeah, she can nail
that.
And
she bikes everywhere. And where we were living at the time. So she was like, I can do the bike. Like, she was just worried about getting ready for the marathon. And but then she just went out and did a 10K once. It was just like, I'll just do it. She did hungover and did it just fine. She's pretty athletic.
So
she's almost drowned when I was a kid.
Oh.
I had like a near-death drowning experience when I was like 4 or 5. Totally traumatized me. I'm totally uncomfortable in the water.
Oh, really?
My dad forced me to take swim instruction when I was like 10 years old.
Yeah.
In case I, fell into a swimming pool or fell off of a boat.
Makes sense.
Just so I wouldn't drown to death. But I refused to do any swimming for exercise. I just sink. I panic. I start drowning. I just start drowning immediately. I'm like unbreakable Bruce Willis. That's it. I can do anything, but if I go in water, I'm uncomfortable. I start squirming. I just start reaching towards the side of the pool, and I just stand there.
It's just like anyone who's eaten a devil fruit, from One Piece. They just can't. They just instantly can't swim.
Yeah, but I don't get any cool powers.
Yeah, that's the problem.
I just die.
Well, no,
I
you've
just
got
die.
you've got TN shoulders, which kind of helps.
I just TN
Yeah, TN shoulders. You know, he's got the big shoulders.
from Dragon Ball.
Yeah, famously the biggest shoulders in Dragon Ball.
Everybody hates that guy in Dragon Ball.
But look at his shoulders. This guy's
a
so
scumbag.
jacked.
That dude had one moment where he hit Cell with some beams until he passed out, and then everyone forgot
the
about it.
Kiko Ho, or whatever it was called, or the Kikai Ko.
Tri-beam.
That thing was so cool, man. That was such a cool moment.
He put Cell down in the earth for about 20 minutes and fainted. Like, work on your cardio, dude.
He did take out the biggest bad guy at the time, like, or at least he held him back.
Stalled him a little bit.
I think
He did not take him out.
I think
Cell just got blasted with it until he was like, "Are you done?" And then he just left. He was like, "That's enough. We're done." Like, I get it. It's like when you try to beat your dad up when you're like 5 years old. You're just slugging him, and he's like, "Come on, come on. You're not doing anything."
and then he just knocks
He's
you
like,
out.
"Okay, I'll entertain you." Yeah. Then he just slugs you one good time and then absorbs your androids. You're like, "What? Supposed to absorb my androids?"
Dude, I don't know. So I'm gonna try and enter another race, but I just gotta find out when and
They
where.
have them all over the U.S., man. Too bad you just can't come to the U.S. and
Can't
do
travel.
some Ironmans.
Well, that's the thing, right? They've said that we will not be allowed to travel to the US
Never again.
probably the next couple of years. Well,
The rest of the countries, we got together and we were like, "Yo, let's get this Australia locked back down.
Let's deal with this thing now. We can make it.
We got to get rid of these snakes. Don't give them any vaccines. Keep them over there."
They created a bunch of ban lists in Australia, and they're like, "Hey, you can't go to these places probably for the next couple of years." And I was like, that's a lot of the world we can't travel to.
I get my second shot on the 9th. Like
Nice.
right after the last, like between the last podcast and now, I think I got shot 1.
Mhm.
So shot 2, getting that on the 9th. And then if we're able to travel, we'll look into that.
You come over
I'm
here.
excited.
Come to Australia.
Can you go to Australia, but Australians can't leave? Like if I show my vaccination card, I could probably go.
I actually don't know what the rules are, but I'm pretty sure if you're
I don't know.
vaccinated, you can do whatever you want.
I think I could just show up, right?
You're
And be like,
American.
"What are you
so
doing
I
here?"
mean,
And you're like,
probably.
You're like, "Yeah, I don't know. I have a friend that stays around here at a flat."
What are you doing? What are you doing here? You're like, look, honestly, I
They're like,
don't know how I got here either, but we're here now.
"Hey, what are you doing over here?" And you're like, "I'm lost." Okay, all right, you're fine. Your funeral, dude. Your funeral, my guy. You're like, okay.
I think, yeah, I don't know. We can find out if your wife wants to come in and do a triathlon with me. At some
She will
point.
not.
She's come and do one in Australia. She's got to contend with not only the fitness, but also just staying alive while you're doing it
Just
as well.
dingoes show up and ravage you
Yeah,
while you're on your marathon.
You've got to jump through snake pits. You've got to avoid the jellyfish in the water. The dingoes attack you when you're on the bike. The dingoes like chomping at the spokes on the bike, just trying to take you
gotta-
out.
You got to get your water cup and a kangaroo swipes it.
Yeah,
Just
kangaroo
punches you in the face. It's
slugs
like,
you in
this
the
is for
face.
me. I'm like, what? It's like, get out of here, loser. This is Kangaroo Nation.
Yeah, it's not just the fitness aspect in Australia. You really have to survive as well. It's kind of like Hunger Games.
Have you seen those death runs? Those like 24-hour death runs that they host?
No, but that sounds
They're
terrible.
intense. Spartan Series has like a 24-hour death race that they do. And they just drop you off in an undisclosed location
Yeah.
and say, finish the race. And they're like, what is the race? And they're like, nah. That's it. They're like, and you just run through swamps and there's like challenges at logs.
Mm.
They're like, take this log to the top of this mountain and then solve an equation.
That's
And-
insane.
yeah.
We had a thing like
It's
that called
intense.
Tough Mudder, but it wasn't as intense as that.
Yeah, look up Spartan Death Race.
I'll look at that after we finish. Yeah, that's interesting.
There's only a couple people that will finish them. It's intense.
It's crazy.
I don't think anyone's died though. Which, come on,
Yeah,
if you're gonna be the death race,
it's
you gotta
not
kill a
quite. Yeah, it's
couple
not quite there yet. Eh?
Some
You
people
kill
have
some
to
people
die.
before it becomes a death race, a true death match.
It's just a hard race until people are dead.
Yeah, it's just a tough race.
Yeah, it's just Mario Kart. You know, no, you just hit me with a red shell.
Not even
I'm
150
dead.
cc either. Just
No.
50 cc.
Yeah, I'm not in. No, get out of here.
So you're like people are doing stuff again in America though. Like you guys are doing
It's open
marathons and things. It's all open back up again.
mean, not everything is opened up totally, but we're getting back to opening up, especially with the vaccinations rolling out. I think most places now are open to where everyone can show up and get vaccinated. That doesn't mean everyone is. There are some people that don't necessarily agree with vaccination or are worried about the effects of it. I'm not one of those people, so I went and got jabbed. But with that in consideration, and then still a face mask mandate.
Oh, really?
People
Okay.
just people. It's weird for me today to go out there and not have one because I've been wearing one. I've been out for most of the lockdown where, once the gyms started to have limited capacity, I was back in the gym.
Yeah, sure.
And we're out doing like outside dining in restaurants occasionally when we go out.
So it sounds like a lot of it's getting back to normal for you guys at least.
Yeah. It's getting back to regular with the caveat of people are still doing masks. People are still hustling to get vaccinated. I know, like for school, it's different place to place. Like kids are doing half and half schedules. Some kids are doing all remote. Some kids are trying to go back into the office and go do their studies. But other than that, I don't think it's as locked down as it sounds like it is still for Australia.
It's weird for us because we have some restrictions. Well, a lot of our restrictions have started being lifted, honestly, over the past few months. Like we haven't had to wear masks probably for 2 or 3 months, maybe. You still have to sign in at restaurants, but they've increased the limits on restaurants and things like that now. So
for contact tracing,
yeah. So we had like a lot of, because I think COVID never got as bad in Australia as it did in the US, but we had, I think, far stricter restrictions in place for a longer period of time than you guys did. Whenever a case, or we got a couple of cases here, we just went into full lockdown, and it's
we just have been having people dying for a year, just people just falling out, and everyone's like, I don't know if this is real. It's real.
It's pretty real.
Your grandma's really dead.
Yeah, it's pretty real at this point. So we kind of had that, and it didn't really get super bad, but we kind of were always quite restricted in terms of what we could do. I'd say over the past few months is the first time I've felt in 12 months that we don't have those levels of restrictions in place anymore.
I kind of feel like you guys don't fight as much when you guys all get on board about stuff. United States, we're split right down the middle. Yeah. Everyone, no matter what somebody says, everyone is taking the opposite opinion of it, no matter what it is. It's like, we should all put masks on. I think we should never wear masks. I think we should get vaccinated. We should never get vaccines.
Yeah.
We're going to die. We'll all live forever.
No, we have that. It's just that we've only got 20 million people here, so it's less. It's less people to worry about in general. And I think
a lot of stinkers over here.
You've got a lot more people to worry about.
A wide array.
Yeah.
Of folks.
It creates more of a discrepancy.
Yeah.
All right, dude. I think we should talk about video games. This is a video game podcast after all. What have you been playing this past week? Have you been playing anything?
So Apex Legends is about to launch a new event. They just put out a new trailer for their new character, Valkyrie. So me and my buddies have been dropping boys. We've been doing that quite a bit. I've not been too excited about any games that are currently on the marketplace.
Yeah, sure.
But I am excited about some that are coming.
Oh,
yeah.
A little bit of a tease there for what the actual podcast is about. I think people will already know because of the title, but yeah.
Yeah, the title, and there'll be a thumbnail of me being like, huh? Yeah. And then red arrows pointing towards the games we talk about.
Probably that.
Is this a game?
I'd say that's it.
That's YouTube for you.
Have you been playing anything else?
Besides the stuff that I do on Twitch.
Yeah.
I do party games on Twitch. What the Dub is a really fun game that was just released.
Yep.
It's a cheap game, but it's all public domain B movie footage. And
B movie, like as in Jerry Seinfeld's B movie?
No, not the acclaimed Academy Award-winning movie, B movie.
Yeah.
I'm talking about crappy old films in black and white that are now public domain that an indie game company can just take all the footage of and not have to pay anyone for.
I see. I see.
It's like old Night of the Living Dead type movies and old sci-fi films and infomercials and stuff, PSAs. They take the dialogue out and then let you write your own script for it. And then you and other players get stacked against each other and you vote on who made the funniest new lines. And I've really been enjoying it on Twitch because, you know, you get people in there and say, hey, write stuff for this. They do the text to speech. Everyone goes, ha, 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 ha.
I like that.
He
That's
made
funny.
fart noises.
It is funny.
And
though.
it does sound effects too. So you could
Oh.
and for me as a streamer, like I do Jackbox, and Jackbox has moderation issues when you stream. You know, people join your Jackbox game and they want to be a troublemaker. It's kind of easy to do it. With What the Dub, they implemented a feature where you just kick people out of your game whenever you want.
That's nice.
That helps me a lot. So when people go in there and want to get a little edgy and get a little racial, I just kick them immediately, freeze the game, kick them out. And I'm like, guys, we should just keep playing this. Gartic Phone is another game we've been playing a lot. It's like, you ever play, do Australians do telephone in grade school where you whisper a secret in someone's ear and then they whisper a secret in someone's ear?
We called it something different, but yeah.
What do you call it?
I believe it was called Chinese Whispers.
Well, we don't call it that.
Yeah, I think it's called Chinese Whispers, and it, like, by the time it gets back to the original person, it's a completely different message. Yeah.
Yep.
Don't know why they called it that. It could be racist, but I'm pretty confident that's what it was called.
Well, we call it telephone.
Okay.
And the Gartic Phone is like that, except it's with pictures.
Okay.
So you draw a picture, and then someone has to write what they think it is.
I like that.
And then
That's
someone
funny.
draws that, and then you write what it is, or you just try to copy the previous person. And after 10 people draw their photo, we go back to the slideshow and bellyache about who, you know, guffaw about who drew what and when it devolved into insanity. And it's usually one guy who's like, I can't draw. This is just geometry. Here's one triangle and a sad face. And so
that's good.
we've been doing a lot of that. I've been having a lot of fun with those games.
Nice.
I like party games.
Yeah, you're a party guy. That's the thing, right? You're all about the party. What are
you playing?
Yeah, on my side, I've been playing a bit of It Takes Two, which is the co-op game by Joseph Fares about a husband and a wife who are constantly talking about getting a divorce, and then they get turned into these dolls, and they have to work together to solve a bunch of puzzles. It's a co-op mandatory game, but it has this cool thing where if one person buys it, the other person can play it for free. They don't have to.
No Way Out.
Yeah, exactly the same as A Way Out. Same
Is
developers.
that the same group? Yeah. Right. Yeah.
I
like No Way Out.
A Way
I thought
Out's
the game was great.
a better game, in my opinion.
Is it A Way Out?
A Way Out.
No
yeah.
Way Out?
A Way
Way
Out.
Out?
A
And
Way Out.
I've watched some of It Takes Two on Twitch.
Yeah.
It looks a lot more involved than A Way Out, where it's like, let's do some bench press on the yard and break out.
A Way Out had more quirky, silly stuff you could do that didn't have any consequence with your partner. Like you go and play the banjo and stuff with the guitar.
Let's
and
play
that's it.
baseball.
Yeah, play baseball.
Let's
Whereas
throw the ball.
there is a lot more like timing involved in this one, puzzle solving, stuff like that. It's good. It's not as good as Way Out, but it's still fun. I'm having a good time with it with my buddy. So we've been playing.
Did you finish A Way Out, or did you pop the platinum and then end it?
No, I finished it.
You could get the platinum before seeing the end.
Oh, really? No, I thought the ending was good. Like that last part. I don't know. It's still
Are we doing
quite new.
spoilers? Should we do spoilers?
I don't know if
here?
we should. I don't want to have to add tags in, so let's not spoil it.
Sure. Well, the guy I was playing with, another trophy hunter, we hit the platinum, and he was like, "All right, well, you good to go?" And I was like, "Yo, dude, I want to see the ending, man.
Yeah,
I want to do the final fight, the final thing." And he was like, "Are you serious?" And I was like, "Wait, do you not like games for being games anymore?"
Don't do this. If you're a trophy hunter out there, just don't be like that. That's not good.
He thought I was being like quirky and weird because I wanted to see the ending. And he was like, you could just go YouTube the ending. I mean, you could just do that in your free time. And I was like, we're here. Let's just finish it. You know?
Oh, I don't like that at all. That makes me feel so sick.
Yeah. I insisted we finished it though. And I loved it.
Good.
I wanted to stream It Takes Two, but I couldn't get a good co-streamer to do it with.
Yeah, sure.
A lot of people were like, look, we missed the wave. Everyone already hit it. It's not interesting anymore. And The others who were interested were like, I got to get my PC to work better.
Mm,
I was like, all right, whatever. I'll just not do it. I'll
makes
just
sense.
watch. So I'll just watch somebody else do
I'm
it.
sure it will get cheap and you can play it with a friend at some point. It was. Yeah,
I'll be looking for game deals on it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure that will happen at some stage.
I'm sure somebody will put out a good game deal video.
It's not bad. It's not bad. I do recommend it. I think it's fun. I think they're doing something different over there that no one else is doing with these co-op things and giving it away for free to the other person. I think it's a very good move, and it's from EA
The
as
real
well.
challenge is having one friend.
That's my biggest challenge as well.
I don't think they've canvassed their audience.
That is the biggest problem. I don't have.
Oh, you play video games? You have at least one friend, right?
No.
Nope.
None.
No.
In fact,
I'm here. I'm actually here talking to you. So.
The other game I'm playing is it's called In the Light, I think, or something to that effect, and it's an indie game, and
In the Light.
it's a first person walking simulator style game, and it's weird because the artwork for it makes it look like The Last of Us, the like cover art and the logo and stuff. Looks like The Last of Us. Is it? Have I got the name
Into
of it?
the Light?
Yeah, is it Into the Light? Let's see. Hang on.
Yeah, Into the Light.
It's Into the Light. I've probably just got it incorrectly. It's
Oh, it's a walking sim?
sort of a
I kind of
walk-
like walking sims.
it's kind of a walking sim. I actually can't find it here.
It looks like it. This game, in the middle of a storm, his car stops. He sees a gas station in the distance. His only hope of getting back to the road at the moment, blah, blah, blah. I found it on Steam.
Nah,
Into the
that's
Light.
that's not it. That's not it.
Into the Dark?
You're in a school. All right, so George and I have just spent 15 minutes searching for what the name of the game is that I'm playing because for some reason I forgot and I can't log on to the PlayStation app on my phone because I don't know why. But it's called In Rays of the Light, so it's not
That's
called
how you
In
know
the
it's a
Light.
good name.
It's
You just forget it immediately and you have to search for hours
fantastic
to find
name.
it.
The artwork for the game reminded me of The Last of Us. Like the logo, the way they've locked it up on the background looks like The Last of Us
Yeah.
logo a little bit. I feel like the vibe of like the screenshots and stuff was they were going for that as well. I think that's retroactively because it looks like the game's actually a remake of an older game that came out in Steam, and then they've just rebranded it and re-released it on PS5 and PS4 and decided to make it look like The Last of Us. It's actually a first-person walking simulator. They're in this like old school after like a nuclear attack has happened. And you're just basically solving these puzzles and trying to figure out what happens. It only takes I think it was about an hour and a half to finish the game. I think you have to play it twice for the platinum. So maybe Trophy Hunter's probably able to do it in like 3 hours. So pretty easy plat if you're into those. And yeah, I don't know. It was interesting because the payoff wasn't there at the end of the game, but I was like really intrigued the whole way through the game about what was actually happening, what the mystery was. And then by the time I finished it, it was just a disappointing payoff. So I don't recommend it necessarily, but I was intrigued for about an hour and a half while I played it until the end. And then I was like, that sucks. It's not worth it at all.
What's the deal with walking simulators being metaphors for mental health?
Yeah.
Isn't that like every single one of them? It's like, also
more or
the
less.
main characters walking around, they're sad.
It's because
like Edith Finch.
the mechanic,
Rapture
right, is that there's not a huge amount to do. Like you're just walking and you're just kind of like, there's nothing happening. It's just you and your thoughts. And I think that creates like a sense of, I don't know, atmosphere and stuff going on, perhaps. I'm not really sure.
Stanley Parable wasn't really too sad, though.
Yeah.
Did you ever play Stanley Parable?
I did. Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
That
That one was just kind of like, who's in control of my destiny? But
he was almost like making a parody of them, right?
right. But Edith Finch was just like, this baby's dead.
That was full on, though. That game was very
It was just like, we're
depressing.
cursed. We're all dead.
I remember that, That was So anyway, this is another one of those. If you're a trophy hunter, you could probably get the platinum in like 3 hours. I'm sure you could probably do it in an hour because I'm sure there's someone who's made a guide for it by now. If you're a normal person, you just want to play the game and then maybe go back and get the trophies afterwards. Probably take you a couple of hours. It's very fine. It's not good. It's not bad. It's fine. I also got a code from the developer for the game, so take what I say with a grain of salt.
Store was saying it was $7.99, so
It's cheap anyway.
you need a platinum. If you need a fix, you need another hit. Go get that one.
So that's the games that I've been playing. But the topic of this week's show is really about the things we're looking forward to playing. What games we're looking forward to in 2021, I guess, kind of in a nutshell. So I've got a couple that I want to talk about. I think you've got one or two as well of just stuff we're kind of excited about or we've been thinking about a
What
bit.
if we have the same games?
I hope we do. I came up with this week's topic. So we kind of go back and forth on what our topics are going to be. But this week's one was mine. The reason I thought of it was because this week we had the Ratchet and Clank A Rift Apart trailer drop, and I really like Ratchet and Clank. I'm a big mascot platformer fan, big Ratchet and Clank fan, and I watched the trailer, and I was disappointed about some things. I thought it was generally pretty good, and I was like, you know what? Ratchet and Clank A Rift Apart is probably the first PS5 game that I'm looking forward to. Out of all the games that have come out so far, the trailers that I've seen so far, I feel like this is the game that like I'd be like, yep, this is the one that I actually am really excited to play. I don't know, did you watch the trailer? Do you feel that way about Ratchet and Clank? It could be just me.
I've never played a Ratchet and Clank game.
Oh, wow. Okay.
No. I missed like PS3 when Ratchet and Clank was really blowing up.
Yep.
So I guess it's just Ratchet and Clank, which is the PS4 one.
The
like
remake.
They redid it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I have it on my PlayStation, but because I didn't have the nostalgia factor for the games, because I missed them, I never really went back and played it. But I've heard they're incredible. They're like really fun action platformers. I've never played one. Fake gamer.
It's a weird one, man, because I've been playing them since I was a kid. I think 2003 or 2002 might be the first one when I started on the PS2, and they've kind of just been a part of my just like Crash, like part of my gaming repertoire as the years have gone on. And even though I've gotten older, I'll still pick the new ones up and check them out because it has a place. Some have been really good, some have been really bad. The PS4 game
Sly Cooper is another one that I missed.
Oh, you missed Sly as well. Yeah, he's in that same echelon of
same space.
Yeah, of Sony platformers, mascot style platformers. The new game looks fantastic, man. It looks really good. I know it's cartoony and it's a platformer, which is an older genre, but looking at this game, this is probably my most anticipated PS5 game, if I'm being perfectly honest. Out of everything I've seen so far, out of all the new stuff coming, it just looks really, really solid. I don't expect it to be like revolutionary or anything like that, but I think that's also one of the things I enjoy is that I know exactly what I'm getting, right? I know.
Yeah, sometimes you don't need it. You don't need it to do that,
right?
You just need to do what it does best,
100%, man. And I know what Ratchet and Clank is. I know it's got that close combat. It's got the gun combat, but it's really light, basic stuff. It's got those sort of light upgrade mechanics in it as well. You've got some really good platforming. You've got a funny story there. You've got interesting main characters that are voice acted really well. And the visuals are normally very good. This game's visuals look absolutely stunning. So I imagine it's going to be a lot of fun. It's probably it's just comfort. It feels like something I know and is familiar, but like with a new coat of paint.
I have a game like that.
You have a game like that. Well, let's talk about your game since you hate Ratchet and Clank.
I don't hate Ratchet and Clank. I can't hate something I've never played. But
what are you looking forward to?
I'm looking forward to. Let me stick with PS5 first.
Okay.
Resident Evil 8.
Ah.
Resident Evil Village.
Okay.
Village. I actually, dude,
Village.
I can't finish those games. I couldn't finish 7. I got through the greenhouse and was like, I'm done, and just ended it. Watched someone else finish it.
Oh,
because I was like too anxious with the, as you would say, the heebie-jeebies.
Yeah, you had the heebie-jeebies.
And so I played the Maiden demo.
Yeah,
and was like, yee, this is when you're just hearing when you're hearing the big lady.
Yeah.
In the background, it gave me really high anxiety. And then with the new demos that dropped recently, I have intentionally avoided news about the game.
Yeah.
And I watched, who was it, Maximilian Dude? He did like a very light demo play with editing. So it was like pretty spoiler free. I watched him do it a little bit and then avoided the Twitch streamers that did the new demos. I avoided those. And this is like the first PS5 game where I'm like, yo, I really gotta get this game and check it out. And I might stream it. I don't really stream other games, but I might stream Resident Evil 8 because I like Ethan. Mm-hmm. And he's got an interesting story, and you've got it gives me a big Resident Evil 4 vibe, and I loved Resident Evil 4 a lot. so much that it carried over to 5, which was generally regarded as not as good.
It was fun, though. I think it was a
4.
fun game.
I played the hell out of 5.
Same.
I played 4 and 5 like crazy. So like
Yeah.
I watched my brother play. I played Resident Evil. I watched my brother do 2 and Nemesis. I missed Veronica. Then I did like what were those? The Outbreak files, like Outbreak, those games.
The light gun ones?
No, the ones where it was like you could pick one of like 8 different characters who had different. It's like Raccoon City Files or something.
Oh,
like that.
yeah. Raccoon City. Yeah, I remember that one. Yeah.
I did those. There was one character named George who could flip a coin and it would increase or decrease the zombie amount based
Just
on
like
luck.
in real life, yeah.
That's true. And that's why I keep my lucky zombie coin.
Yeah, of course.
But when I played through the first half of RE7, and when I was at the bug lady fight, I was like, I can't do this anymore.
It was too scary. It was just too scary.
It was just like too much anxiety,
too intense. Yeah,
too much stuff going on. But I like the series.
Yeah, sure.
I really like it. And then I ended up just watching. I watched somebody finish it on YouTube.
Of course.
And I was like, okay, I'm good. So like with 8 coming out, I'm like, I can't wait to quit this game. I'm so excited to play it, get to a part where a lady with big blades claws me up, and then I quit.
It's what most people are waiting for, I think. I'm similar to you. I've got a long history with Resident Evil as well. I love that franchise very dearly. 4, I think, was my favorite for a long time. I did enjoy 5, a lot for different reasons. I played that game.
Punching the boulder.
Punching the boulder was one of the things.
Punching the boulder.
I really did like 5. 7
Wesker's
became
a cool boss design too.
Which one? 5?
Wesker had a great design.
Oh, Wesker.
He was so cool.
He liked his
was
little
so
tiny
cool.
glasses and his leather jacket and things.
He was just like
he ran really fast. That was annoying.
Yeah.
That fight was so annoying.
Yeah.
He 7 became my favorite one. And I really, really liked RE7. It was my favorite in the series. Still is my favorite in the series. Played it so many times.
I quit gaming when 6 came out. I had taken a
Did
break.
you?
So
Yeah,
I
okay.
skipped 6 all the
6
way. Was 6 any good?
6 was
Yeah.
it was a bit rough. I think it didn't really do what 5. It wasn't as good as 5. It was too grand, and then the gameplay it wasn't horror, but it wasn't good action either. So it was kind of like bad at everything.
I was like, what are you?
Yeah. And
What
also
even
had
is this?
3 separate storylines and things. It was just quite a bit. It was just a bit much. They were trying to do too much. 7 though was just superb, and I was really excited for 8 as well. The thing I loved about 7 was they didn't blow it out of proportion. They teased it, and I believe it came out like 6 or 12 months after they initially teased it. They didn't show too much of the game, and I actually picked up 7. I went home and put it in, and I remember my wife being like, "What's it about?" And I was like, "Actually, I don't know. I don't know what it's about. I don't know who the main character is. I don't know who the bad guy is. I don't know anything about this game." And
It's kind of hard to answer those questions now. It's kind of like
that's part of it, right? Like that was such a
Right.
satisfying moment though, of like putting it in and going into that mansion and being like, "Oh, okay. So what's going on here?" And like just trying to figure that out. And I loved it. 8, there is a degree of that, but they have shown way more than I am comfortable with. I feel like they need to just quiet down. I feel like they're talking
I've avoided it though.
They're just talking
just
about it
haven't
a
looked
lot,
at it.
man. They've got like 2 or 3 live streams at this point. I'm like, guys, just stop. Please.
Yeah, I've skipped them. I do the same thing with movies where if something I really want to see, I will intentionally avoid news of it completely. Won't even watch trailers. I won't even watch trailers for movies I want to see. Once I've decided I want to see it, I skip all the trailers.
Yeah, you're sold already. So I'm the same to a degree. My hype for Resident Evil 8 was there when it was initially announced and they showed that initial stuff. And I was like, well, this is awesome because it looks like they're combining the setting of RE4 and maybe the story of RE4, but then the gameplay mechanics of 7, which I think could work really well together. I think that's a really winning formula.
Did you do the demos already?
I haven't played them, no. I haven't touched them. I intentionally didn't touch them.
Ugh.
I didn't want to. I didn't want to experience it because I want to play the game. So I'm not going to touch the demos. I'm going to wait.
I
till the
didn't
game
finish
comes.
the Maiden demo. Once I was in the part where I needed to advance so they could kill me.
You didn't.
I quit. I turned it off. It was like, I don't want to die. I don't want to get grabbed by these spooky owls and get turned into blood soup. I'm out of here.
Dude, I'm excited for it. I think my hype has decreased as it became a bit of a meme. And then they started doing the live streams, and then the director came out being like, well, actually she's this tall, and he like did this whole like blog post about how tall she is and stuff, and I was like, oh guys, you're playing into this.
Are ruining it for you.
Yeah, you're playing into this a little bit, and I get it from a marketing perspective. It's probably what I would have done as well. I think it's a smart move.
Yeah, but when we get Lady D in the crossover for Dead by Daylight, you'll be in heaven, bro.
I saw that as well, and that definitely intrigued me. What they're gonna do with Dead by Daylight. I really hope that like it's Ethan.
They're doing something.
Chris or Ethan or Leon or someone in Dead by Daylight would be so cool.
As a hero, or are they gonna put a villain in there?
I think they'd be cool heroes. I think they'd be cool heroes. As a villain,
maybe a nemesis.
I don't know who the villain could be. Maybe
Wesker. Could you get a Wesker type in there? I don't know.
They could, definitely they could. Nemesis would work quite well. It probably would actually be Nemesis.
Stars.
Yeah. I don't think it's going to be Lady D. I think that's too hard. Jack would be too hard as well. But I think Nemesis would be a really good one to include. I think that'd be easy for them to do. Because they're kind of monsters, sort of. So it probably makes sense. But yeah.
Except for the new Korean guy.
I haven't experienced.
He's just a dude.
Yeah, I haven't played as him.
He's just some dude.
I
He's
actually
just
don't know
like
what
a
his
guy.
powers even are, to be honest.
He was in a K-pop group, and then he just decided to be a serial killer. Now he's in the game.
Makes sense.
That's on point.
So RE8, I am excited. I don't know why I've lost my hype for this game. I was really hyped, and I've it's just diminished.
Mine is going up.
It's skyrocketing.
I don't even know what the release date is. I just know people are streaming demos. It's somewhere soon.
It's coming out soon. Capcom,
it's somewhere soon.
If you wanna sort your boy George and me out, we're happy to get a copy.
This podcast is going to be when it's in the bargain bin. By the time this podcast goes live on iTunes, we'll be able to just buy it for free. The complete edition.
Oof.
Ethan Must Die mode. We'll get the whole thing.
Oh man. Yeah. Resident Evil 8.
What else is on your list? That was my first game.
Well, I had Ratchet and Clank and Resident Evil 8. That were the two.
Oh, were those your two?
Yeah,
I'll go again then.
Yeah, you go.
Pokemon Snap.
Isn't that like this week, right?
April 30.
Wow, Pokemon Snap.
April 30, Pokemon Snap. I'm gonna bust out the Nintendo Switch. I gotta play some Pokemon Snap.
Who was the character in Pokemon who did this? He did the photos. There was a
Tracy.
Was it Tracy?
He was when they replaced Brock.
Yeah, I remember that.
He had the camera and he had the Meryl.
So his name was Tracy, but he was a photographer, not a sketcher.
Pretty sure it was Tracy. Yeah.
Why would he be called that? Doesn't Tracy indicate like he might have been like someone who drew a lot?
Because of the word trace?
Well, I mean, maybe I'm just being a monkey brain. I don't know.
I think he was just some jabroni where they were like, look, we got to get Brock out of here. He might be offensive or a sexual predator. We got to get him out of here.
I do remember them when they were like, hey, we're getting a lot of pressure from the network.
Like, we just gave a bunch of kids seizures.
Yeah, the Porygon episode.
There's like, we can't risk another controversy. Put Vanilla Tracy in here and have him take pictures.
We got to get a white guy in here.
Yeah, we need just a regular dude because I'm not sure about Brock.
So Tracy existed for like one season. He was in it for the Orange Islands arc.
Then Brock came back.
And then
they were just like, where's Brock? Get this jabroni out of here. This guy's a loser.
Did Tracy ever... Did he come back? Ever?
He passed away.
Ah.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, Mr. Mime killed him.
So that was like way back in the day, right? I remember
back in the day.
They never did anything else with the Orange Islands, eh? They never turned that into a game. That was just like that random season of Pokemon that had nothing to do with
it's really weird.
The main series. Like it wasn't part of Kanto or Johto. It was just like this weird in-between thing that never was talked about again.
Yep.
Yeah,
that's right.
Checks out. I'm surprised they never made a game about that. It seems like the kind of thing that would have been a good game.
I don't know. Nintendo's been really weird for the longest about Pokemon. Like they don't need to make 2 games every year. You know, it's like they haven't really evolved their game style since like 1998. It's like pick a color, make 2 versions of it, find 150 animals or keys or ice cream, and make Pokemon out of it, put them out there, just remove half of the Pokemon people like,
Yeah.
and then let them get it later. Oh, we did all the colors and games and animals. Go back and redo those games and just call it, Star Blue, Platinum Sapphire,
What is it now? The new ones are shapes, right? Or are they
Shield and Sword?
Ah, so they're just objects.
Now they're objects, right?
Makes sense.
Yeah.
So Snap was weird because it was one of the first spin-offs for the N64. I think came out around the same time as like Stadium. It was probably one of the first console Pokemon games.
Probably, yeah.
If not the first, right? Yeah, it's
did it come out before Stadium and Coliseum?
It was probably around the same time, or it was in that same era because they're all N64. But I have some fond memories of Snap as well. I remember playing
Snap
it.
Was great.
It was a weird game. Hey, it was so different.
Yep. And I remember if I put that game on right now, I could remember what to hit with Pokeballs or food, and or if you get the Magikarp to evolve into Gyarados to get the extra camera shots, and then you would take if you had the save card, you go to Blockbuster and put it in, and you could print your photos out.
Is that
because they had a Pokemon Snap kiosk in my town?
Wow.
At the Blockbuster, so you could take the card, go there and print it out, and then you go home and be like, I got pictures of some stupid Snorlax becoming I got a picture of a Slowbro becoming a Slowking because I threw a Shelter onto his tail. And we'll be like, oh, whoa, this is incredible.
Did you have to pay for that?
Yeah. Probably.
Yeah, I
can't remember.
Charged a lot of money for something
Dude,
like
there's
that.
got to be somebody with a Pokemon Snap Blockbuster printing station kiosk somewhere.
There will be.
And that's valued at like $1 billion NFT dollars.
I bet you it is. I bet you it's like a super valuable item. I clicked this item. The getting the photo of the Diglett when he pops up as he comes past. Oh, I remember those days, man. I remember those days.
Those are the days, and those days are back, but they're going to be on Nintendo Switch.
Tell me about it, because I watched the reveal when they revealed it like last year. But is this a remake of the game, or is this a completely different game?
I've seen screenshots, and it's new Pokemon.
Okay.
It's new stuff.
Okay.
It's new looking stuff. Like I said, when I'm really excited about something, I avoid as much content as possible about it.
Yeah.
But the Twitch community has been going nuts about this thing about to come out. And a lot of streamers I know are like, we're doing Pokemon Snap this week and giving out Switch Pokemon Snap games at the end of the week. I know one streamer who was like, dude, I've got a way to print out photos from Pokemon 64 Snap. I'm going to print them out as we take them. And if you give sub, I will mail you pictures of the Pokemon we take. And then at the end of the week, we're giving out copies of the game. And I'm like, whoa.
It's going all out, man.
I was going to stream, but I will sit here and just watch you instead.
You'll just enjoy it. Are you going to stream? Do you think you'll stream this one?
No.
Not for streaming. It's more just this one's for you.
Oh, yeah, this is for me. This is for me to sit around and do it. Same thing with I streamed a little bit of Animal Crossing, but that's more of a just for me game.
It's it's a very personal experience.
I want to sit on the couch and be
kick an islander off your island. Wait, what?
And then, but it's like, I don't know. It's like I'm very selective with the type of content I do on Twitch because I don't want to go too far away from the brand that I'm trying to build. Of course,
that makes sense. I understand that.
So and the further you get away from that, the harder it gets to get recommended with what little analytics Twitch has to offer. So I don't really want to get out of my categories too much.
Yeah.
Because when I do, my viewership tanks big time. I do anything that's not party games where I'm just like, hey, George is here. Whenever I get away from that, people are like, boo, where's the whistles?
People just want the whistle, man. My on YouTube, my videos tank.
In general.
Just my videos just tank. People are just like, I'm not gonna watch them because why would I watch this guy? I don't want to watch this guy. He's got blonde hair. He's talking about deals. Get him out of here. Get this guy out of my feed. Why are you on my feed? Why are you constantly in my feed? Get out of here. That's the content creator's curse, my friend. But Pokemon Snap, it looks very good. I have been on the fence about it as well. I I'm not sure if I'll pick it up at launch. The thing with Nintendo games is they never get discounted. So it doesn't matter if you buy it at launch or you buy it in 2 years' time. It's going to be the same price.
Sometimes they get vaulted. Sometimes they just take them off the market.
Sometimes they get vaulted, famously. So there's a chance they might just delete it from existence. Nintendo are well known for doing that. But price-wise, it doesn't really matter if you buy it now or when you buy it. It's going to be the same. It does look cool. I am intrigued. It probably wasn't on my radar as much, but now that you've mentioned it and you've reminded me of the good times, I'm actually like, oh, you know what? I could.
There's just something relaxing about it. Of like taking it's like a rail shooter, right? Where you're just like, look, remove my responsibility about having to be places. And just let me take shots of things as they're occurring, and try to trigger certain events. I don't know how much of that is gameplay mechanic is going to be tweaked with and toyed with in this new game, but I've been waiting for Pokemon Snap 2 for 10 years, 20 years. When did it come out? 98, 99? I've been waiting 22 years for Pokemon Snap 2.
Ugh, it's crazy, man. It's
yeah,
it's actually wild, huh? It's been so long. I'm surprised they never revisited that. Well, I guess the other Pokemon games just did so well for them that they never thought there was any need to.
Why would you make Half-Life 3 if you can make billions off of Steam?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So, but there's always been talks of Pokemon Snap 2, and when they announced it recently, more recently, that people were like, "What? I can't believe it! You guys have finally actually done it!"
Yeah.
What it sucks is if you haven't played a Pokemon game, I've been doing there's like a Discord bot that allows you to play Pokemon in your Discord channel.
Ah. Okay.
And one of the mechanics is that as people chat, Pokemon will appear in your channels.
Yeah.
And if you type their names in, you capture the Pokemon.
Yeah.
I don't know any Pokemon past maybe I know about 20 outside of the original 150.
Right. Yeah.
So like I'm pretty sure I'm gonna play Pokemon Snap and have to pause the game every 20 minutes and be like, what is that?
Yeah.
That's just somebody's car keys.
Yeah. It's funny
that is a judo guy. What is judo? His name is Throw.
His name is Knockoff Machamp. You and I are of like a similar age where like I think we're a few years different.
69?
What was that?
69 years old?
Yeah, exactly. I think a lot of the pop culture stuff that happened as you were growing up were pretty similar to mine. I'm the same as you, where like I was very familiar with the first 150. And then I played like Johto, the silver and gold.
Yeah,
so
I can do silver and gold.
And then beyond that, I spent a bit of time with Emerald. And then after that, I didn't spend much time with
I did a little bit of Crystal.
Yep.
I received a copy of the one that was on Switch before Sword and Shield.
The Pikachu one.
No, there was a different one.
Okay.
Before Sword and Shield.
So it's a little bit like dabbling in and out of the franchise. But one thing I have done is I play Pokemon Go quite regularly. And as the years have gone on, they've added more Pokemon to that game. And like they're up to now Black and White, I think. It might be Black and White, I think is the series they've added. I don't know what generation that is. 5th or 6th generation of Pokemon, I think. And I don't know any of these Pokemon. I haven't recognized Pokemon for like the last 12 months that have been being introduced to this game. They're new to me. These guys have been around for like 10 or 15 years, and I'm looking at these things being like, what is this bird? What is he so majestic?
On that Discord, if no one's in there typing, I'll be like, all right, let me see if I could just Google this and figure out this appearing Pokemon. And it's like a chicken with dinosaur legs, but it's like half of his body is a dinosaur. And I'm like, what? And it's like, oh, you want Aerodactyl. I'm like, no, I don't want a fossil from Gen 1.
Yeah.
They're like, and then I talk to my friends who like regularly do Nuzlocke streams. And they're like,
but okay.
Nuzlocke streams like total randomized Pokemon streams.
Ah, okay. Yeah.
So they're really difficult to do because like your first encounter could be against Mewtwo.
Right. Okay.
And then like if a Pokemon faints, you have to release it. That's like the Nuzlocke rule.
Oh, that's awful.
Yeah, and you can only catch the first Pokemon you encounter in each route. So you go to a route, the first thing you encounter, if it's a Diglett, that's the only thing you can try to catch. If you don't catch it, you don't get a Pokemon on that.
This doesn't sound fun at all. This sounds just awful.
It's incredibly challenging. I don't know why people do it, but they're kind of fun to watch when
Sounds
people
like,
faint out against a trainer and they totally white out. They just have to restart their game.
Yeah. Reminds me of trophy hunting
Yeah, similar. Or content creation.
or content creation. Yeah.
Why would you do this? This sounds terrible.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, so these guys will be like, oh, well, you know, in the latest one, you merge one fossil with a different fossil and it can create 4 different types. And I'm like, okay, well, what about this ice cream cone?
Yeah.
What is that? Why did we just say we could have ice cream?
Yeah, he got
I'm like,
he got
what
put
is
into
that?
Pokemon Go very recently as well. He was like
And
their
you're like,
Christmas
well, that's
event.
an apple. That turns into an apple pie.
There's a
And you're
rubbish
like, we have a
bag.
Trubbish?
Yeah.
I know Trubbish.
There's a rubbish bag guy. Yeah, he's
Trubbish is muck. You know,
Yeah.
they're like, all right, can we get a new muck? All right, make it garbage. Make it my YouTube channel? No, make it a pile of garbage. You know,
I think they're doing sustainability week at the moment on Pokemon Go. And so they've introduced all the trash. Like you've got to catch as much trash, which is like Grimers and muck and Trubbish as you can. Clean up the park. Yeah. It's fun.
Okay.
It's fun.
That sounds great. Are you going to do any Pokemon Go streams?
No, I don't stream.
No, I don't do content. I don't make content anymore.
Don't exist on the internet. I'm deleting everything.
It's funny too. There's definitely like a separation because I can get all the Gen 1 and Gen 2s.
Yeah.
Before the younger people who are just beasts on like Gen 4 through 7? 8,
Yeah, sure.
You know? And they're like, oh, that's a legendary. You just let that legendary shiny go. Look at the IV value or
Yeah.
the IV. I was like, what?
It's changed.
Like you
man.
just fight. You just used to fight. I'm like, well, I need this for breeding. If I'm gonna put this move on here, I'm like, I used to just get a Snorlax and kill people. Like, what happened?
Yeah, that was true, right? It was Snorlax. Do you know the beauty of Pokemon? That is the beauty of it, though. Is like it's so generational where, you know, people our age are super familiar with that first and second generation. People who are growing up now, like younger people, 10-year-olds, 11, 12-year-olds who are seeing Pokemon for the first time and they're on Gen 7 or 8, Sword and Shield, I suppose. That is Pokemon to those kids. Like that is it. Like anything that came before that is like probably quite foreign to them, and Pokemon becomes whatever generation they start growing up with, which is so nothing exists like that. It's quite cool.
Right. And they've got like the Alola variants of Pokemon from our generations now. It's like this Execute is like a tropical now. I was like, it's always just been a coconut tree. You can't make it any different.
He's really tall though, right?
He's much taller now. Yeah. He's a taller coconut
They
tree.
had because I played a little bit of Sword and Shield. They had the Galleon variants as well.
Uh-huh.
So you get like a different Farfetch'd, different Slowpoke.
I saw that there was a new Farfetch'd,
Yeah.
and I popped off. It was like Surfetch'd.
Yeah, that's it.
I was like, yo, he's got onion swords and onion shields. This is incredible.
Yeah.
He had like onion armor. I was like, you look like you're in Dark Souls.
Yeah, he's pretty much the Dark Souls version of Farfetch'd. Yeah.
I loved it. I saw that and popped.
It's cool,
like,
huh?
I gotta get a copy of this. I gotta get a Surfetch'd.
They keep adding new like in Sword and Shield they have this evolve, like they get big. I can't remember what they called it now, but they've got this thing where they get big, or they have mega evolutions and things like that as well.
Megas?
Pretty much like Digimon at that point, where they're just digivolving very briefly and then battle and then digivolve back down again. So kind of bringing the best of Digimon to Pokemon.
Like the Mega XY type evolutions and stuff like that. Yeah. Blastoise got a Mega, and they just give him an extra cannon.
He's got a giant cannon. Charizard got like sickly and skinny, and he just looks like he needs to eat a little bit more. Just give this guy some food, please.
Charizard got an eating disorder. He went vegan.
He's looking
all
feed this slinky guy. And evil, and you're like, come on, man, just give this guy something to eat. What are you doing?
I don't know, man. Hey, when are you gonna make Switch videos on your YouTube channel? I'm very empowered by our conversation right now.
About
Switch?
Switch?
Is very interesting.
About Nintendo. It is something I'm exploring. I'm exploring adding other things because I do play a fair bit in Nintendo Switch. Like I've been playing Deadly Premonitions 2 on and off on Switch a little bit as well, which is kind of like a Silent Hill style game.
Too many heebie-jeebies.
Yeah, it's I don't know. I'm into that kind of stuff, but it's I've been thinking about doing that. I've probably been playing a bit more Switch than I have been playing PlayStation of late, and I would love to start adding more of that kind of content to the channel. I think it's coming. It's just got to find the right time to strike.
Yo, let us know in the comments of this YouTube podcast if you would like to see Switch content, because I like it.
George likes it.
I mean, one person will watch it.
I'll have to get rid of like all my old PlayStation stuff, and we'll just change the entire channel to Switch. Overnight, it just the title of it changes and everything changes. And people are like, "Wait, what? What happened here?"
Well, maybe not. Maybe just put like a couple Mario things behind you and be like, "This is my gaming channel."
I think we're gonna start evolving things and slowly moving.
Put a Waluigi back there, and then you're just like, "This is I do Smash Brothers content. I do Mario Kart now. This is." I don't know. That's a natural evolution for my Twitch channel, is to like start doing Mario Party, Mario Kart.
Yeah. I think it's the way.
Like that.
I think it's the way. Didn't Mario Party just get online as well?
Mm-hmm. It got updated to be a lot cooler.
That's a good thing. It's a good thing for streamers.
And those are good categories on Twitch to be in. Like Smash Brothers is still a good category.
Yeah.
You can get a lot of follows from it. If you're good, if you're decent, you can do very well.
It's a little tip for new streamers out there. Listen to the stream guru over here. Smash Bros, good category to be in.
Yeah. Well, I mean, no one is out there like thoroughly dominating the Smash Brothers categories like they are, like Tim Tatman and Fortnite, Apex. A lot of those games.
Yeah.
So Shroud is destroying all of the shooter games. You'd say I'm gonna go like Valorant. You can't make it on Valorant anymore. No. You can't make it on Apex. So it's like you got to find games that have space for you, and those top games don't have space for you.
There you go. That's your weekly Twitch tips.
Hey, find me on Twitch and come to my channel. If you have Twitch questions, come to my channel. I'll answer them.
There you go.
Or tweet me. If do you use Twitter? Hey, tweet questions at Josh or me.
Yeah,
if you're a streamer,
do that. I think actually, you can do that. I use Twitter a little bit. I'm gonna
I guess you could do that.
I'm gonna make a channel in the Discord as well about the podcast, so people can ask questions there too. Oh, we shouldn't be double drinking. I got a pad while you're drinking, then you got a pad while I'm drinking. That's how it works, huh?
I wasn't drinking.
Neither was I.
Edit it out.
Neither was I.
If it's a double drink, you just edit it out.
I'll just remove it. It doesn't exist. Was there? I know we've talked. We're way off topic about Pokemon Snap and talking about Pokemon and Nintendo.
That's how powerful Pokemon.
I didn't realize I liked Pokemon that much. Is there any other games on your list? I didn't have anything else.
Just the Apex Legends update. I'm excited about that. I'm excited about that because they're bringing like almost Titanfall type lore into it. So anyone who's a Titanfall freak is gonna like the new
bridging
update.
that gap, which is a good thing. It's a good thing.
Yeah. So one of the new characters is a daughter of one of the characters from Titanfall 2.
Okay.
And she has like flying mechanics, can redeploy people, shoot all kinds of cool missiles. It's really exciting. It'll probably be hugely disappointing, but because like the sale that launched for this week, which would be a couple weeks ago, if you're listening to this now, is the Golden Week sale. And they just released recolors of skins for expensive money.
Wait,
people are pissed.
This is not the same thing we talked about last week. This is something else.
No, a brand new sale that dropped today. And people are like, yo, we used to get recolors for free if we just had tokens from playing the game. Now you're charging us, $20 to buy one of these variants.
It's not good.
And Apex is just like,
same thing, different day.
Everyone on Reddit is like, show that you do not support this by not buying these.
Yeah.
But I really liked one of them. I might buy it.
You gotta buy it then. That's the thing. Like that, you gotta, if you want it, you want it.
And then after this week, brand new content. They're not even calling it Apex Season 9. Apparently, it's so big they're calling it Apex Legacy.
Wow, they're doing the Fortnite
thing.
And
it's rolling out a new mode, a 3v3 mode. That's going to be similar to like Rogue Company, almost kind of like a Valorant CSGO type with buy features round after round. But 3v3 could be fun.
They're doing that's what Fortnite did, right? They did the whole new season, was a whole new map and everything.
They did. They went through 10 Battle Pass seasons, and then they did
season 2, chapter 2,
yeah, and rolled it all out after that like black hole debacle where they were like took Fortnite down and updated it. Now Kratos is in there.
Aloy's just been added to it as well. I noticed.
Aloy's. I'm excited about that game too. Whenever that game comes out, I would like to play that one.
Horizon.
I liked Horizon.
Yeah.
Part 1 a lot. Horizon, Aloy goes to the beach and does a hot tub stream is going to be really good.
God damn.
I would like to watch that one.
No, stop. This is not Twitch. We're not going to get demonetized on YouTube.
Oh, YouTube will demonetize you for that? On Twitch, they just make you the best streamer.
Yeah, no, YouTube doesn't like that.
They don't like sexy stuff?
YouTube,
All right.
YouTube's got a bit more of an iron fist, I think.
Well, YouTube is pretty successful about delivering ads and paying their content creators, so
Yeah,
that makes sense.
Paying people fairly for the work they put in.
That makes sense. You know, I get thousands of clicks on my streams, and I think I made $3 in ads. So
Nice, that's good.
I've got $3 to burn, baby.
good
Anybody
money,
want a popsicle?
You can almost buy a coffee.
I could buy some 99-cent games from one of your new videos.
Exactly. Well, I'm hoping that I'll be able to buy a coffee with the ad revenue from this video as well. So we'll see how that goes. Let us know what games you guys are looking forward to in the comment section down below. Curious to get everyone's thoughts. I'll be in the comments as always, replying to some of you guys, having a bit of a discussion about the content and the games you're looking forward to. Maybe there is some stuff that we missed, which is entirely possible. Maybe there is, maybe there's a bunch of stuff that we haven't talked about, and we'd be curious to hear from you guys. Don't forget, if you enjoyed this video, make sure you leave a like on the YouTube video. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, which is kind of weird if you've gotten to this point in the video, like an hour and a quarter in, make sure you hit the subscribe button. It's kind of important to do that.
At least do it for me. If you don't like Josh, do it for me.
Exactly. George will take over the channel if this video gets
at 1 million subs.
Yeah.
I'm actually just going to take over, and Josh will retire.
I'm retiring forever. He'll take over. He'll just be the host.
And I'll forward you the profits.
Yeah, exactly. It kind of works both ways. It works pretty well there. I did all the hard work for a few years, and then you take over and do all the hard work for a few years. Then we're going to both just go to the Hamptons and retire.
We'll pass the curse on to someone else.
Exactly.
The content creation curse.
Some other poor sucker.
Or you take my Twitch channel, and I take the
YouTube good. Yeah, that'll be...
We do a flippy floppy.
Yeah. Sounds like a smart move. Far out.
It's not a good deal.
Thank you guys so much for watching. Really appreciate each and every one of you. That's really all there is to it. What George, you got some stuff to plug. Go check out George's Twitch channel, twitch.tv/egeorge.
With an underscore at the end.
On Twitch as well?
On Twitch. No, on YouTube, I have it just eGeorge. Okay. I can't get it on Twitch. I'm not a big enough player yet.
I see.
For them to get rid of the inactive account. You know, twitch.tv/eGeorge_. You'll see me with a big daffodil sunflower on my head and some sunglasses.
That's him.
Probably be dancing. Probably be doing some pro wrestling maneuvers and streaming Jackbox. But find me over there. I don't have anything else. State of Play. Are we going to do a podcast talking about your stream on State of Play?
Yeah, maybe that'll be next week. We could talk about State of Play. I think I don't know what it's going to, we'll see what it's about first, but yeah, possibly next week. Go and watch George, by the way, on Twitch. If you haven't seen him, you haven't followed him already. If you're having a bad day, go and watch him and your day won't be as bad. That's what I like to say.
For that brief moment. It'll probably be bad after you leave.
Your day will still be terrible. But if
I won't pay your mortgage.
No.
But I can help you forget about it for about 20 minutes.
Yeah, look, if you've got not enough money for food and you're still hungry, look, don't. It's not going to help you at all. You'll probably still be hungry. But at least he might make you laugh about something. So, that's
what this green room is for Twitch, by the way, if they are complaining. I take all of this out on Twitch.
That's for Twitch. I thought you just had green wallpaper.
No. I'm sure that's what people are like. Who's this maniac in a totally green room? Is this guy a Batman villain? No.
Coming to you straight from Arkham Asylum.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, we're going to wrap this up. This has gone long, so I'm going to end things there. Thank you so much for watching. Do you want to have the final word?
See you next week.
Bye.
Patreons! It is that time again. Thank you, each and every one of you popping up on the screen here for supporting me this month on Patreon. It is thanks to all of you that we can keep these lights on in the back of the studio. Without you, the lights wouldn't be on. So thank you so much for that. If you want to support me further on Patreon or as a channel member, you can hit the join button directly below this video on YouTube or the link in the description down below to go over to Patreon and help support the channel. Thank you guys, you're all legends.